What's up everybody, I'm Cal, and today I have another update for my Grimdark resource pack collection in Minecraft. Now you may already be able to tell from the video that I've got a lot for you this update. So first of all, I did bring over all of the samurai textures from my samurai pack, so they are now available as variants within the battle pack. I also added each of the default textures as a named variant as well. So if you are using another pack on top of mine, maybe the samurai pack, maybe some other pack, you can also access my default textures through the naming convention tree. Then I did figure out how to get the bow variants working. So there are now 8 bow variants for you to choose from. And if you look behind me, you can see that I've also started messing with some of the color maps for specific biomes. So my goal with those color maps was not to do anything too crazy. I just wanted to create sort of an Everfall biome and an Everspring biome. So the taiga biomes, you'll get these nice fall colors on the non-spruce and non-azalea leaves. And then in the flower forest and sunflower plains biome, you'll actually get spring colors on the trees. So that's everything that's new in the pack at a high level. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of these new features. Now you can access the samurai armor by just adding the word samurai somewhere to the name of the item. Now, I already did have katanas in the battle pack, but I went ahead and brought over the new and improved model for them. Similarly, I did have the spade and the kama, but I updated those textures for the samurai pack, so we've got the new textures here as well, new and improved. The Ono axe is actually a new variant. It was originally based on the hatchet texture, but it's a little bit larger than the hatchet, so I wanted to go ahead and include it as a separate axe variant. So you can get this one by just adding the Ono tag to the name. And then finally, the Odachi sword is also available as another two-hand variant. So all of the textures from the samurai pack are now in the battle pack as well. You can, of course, stack the samurai pack on top of the battle pack if you want to make the samurai textures the default, and then you'll, of course, have access to all the other variants just through renaming. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the F3 screen. And over here on the left, you can see we are in the taiga biome. So this color map applies to the old growth taiga and the standard taiga. And it's slightly different for the snowy taiga, where I've made it even more of a winter vibe than a fall vibe. But this is something that I've wanted to bring to my pack for a while. I used to use, I think it was Germsy Boy's resource pack, and he had modified color maps for several biomes, which I just thought was super cool. And it was a really neat way to get access to some of these fall colors in the leaves without having to add custom blocks or use mods or anything like that. This gives you the opportunity, if you want to create a sort of fall themed base or just have some of these fall themed leaf colors around your base, all you got to do is build in one of the taiga biomes and then you'll have access to them. Most of the biomes are going to remain unchanged. So back out in the world, these leaves will all still be green unless you are in one of the taiga biomes, which I think fits pretty well. Obviously the taiga is full of the spruce trees and those leaf colors don't change. They're evergreen trees, but the rest of these would if it was fall. And you'll see here, if I actually pull these into my inventory, they are still green in my inventory, but if I place them even on the ground here in one of the taiga biomes, they will have the fall colors. All right, let's go take a look at the Everspring option. Guys, here we are in the Sunflower Plains biome, and you can see the 3 primary trees have this sort of ultra pale green leaf color. And then for the dark oak, I went with a pink color, sort of reminiscent of maybe a cherry blossom tree or something like that. And then for the birch, I've got this lavender color, which reminds me a lot of the eastern redbud foliage that we get on some of the trees here where I live in Virginia. The trunk is a little bit different, so I may eventually swap this to maybe the oak, or actually I think the acacia may actually be best possible match for it. But, and you can even see some more over there on the hillside. So just bringing some of those spring colors here to the Sunflower Plains and the Flower Forest biomes. I think this one probably we'll see some changes in the future. I'm not 100% satisfied with the leaf colors here like I am with the fall biome, but I think this is a great way to get some of those colors in the game. And again, if you want to build with more of a spring palette and get some of these tree colors, all you need to do is find one of these flower biomes and plant some trees, and you'll be good to go. Okay, here we are back in my normal showcase area. And I wanted to just run through the bows real quick. Now, like I said at the top of the video, not only do I have the 8 variants, but all of my default items and armor are now accessible as variants in case you're using another resource pack on top of mine to set the default to something else. So this is the default bow. This is the recurve. So if you want to access this variant and you're using another pack on top of mine, all you need to do is rename a bow to recurve and you will get this one. Then I went ahead and did a short bow texture. So this is good for anyone who wants the bow to just take up a little bit less screen real estate. You can see here in first person, it's a little bit smaller, so it opens up a little bit of the field of view for you. So next up is the opposite of the short bow, that is the great bow. And this is the one that I teased in the last update video. I do have it working now. It's got all of the animations going on. This is just your big bow. Then after that, I wasn't sure what else I wanted to add. Obviously, I did the Yumi bow, brought the Yumi bow over from my samurai pack, but then I thought it would be cool if you could also match your bow to your weapon set. So as you're powering up your weapons or as you're upgrading your weapons, maybe you want to also make your bow match those. So we got the stone bow, the iron bow, the gold bow, the diamond bow, and then the netherite bow. A few more options for you guys to use and coordinate with the rest of your gear. Okay, I've got one last thing to show off here, and that is just how my battle pack now interacts with other packs. So obviously last month I put out the samurai pack. I know some of you guys out there are probably going to want to use that as your default. So this is all you got to do is just throw the Grimdark samurai pack right on top of the battle pack. And when you go back in game, the default textures will be the ones from my samurai pack, but you'll now have access to all of the variants from the battle pack, including the default, just by renaming it. All right, so you guys can see here that the default iron texture has now swapped to the samurai because I am using that samurai resource pack on top of the battle pack. But I can just head over to the anvil here, and if I throw these on here and just rename them to iron medium, you'll see that it swaps back to my default textures. So now, no matter what, you can always access my default textures. And this works for all of the items as well. I showed off the bow earlier, so the recurve is the default there. I will have a full listing of all of the default names for the weapons on Planet Minecraft. But here in my inventory, you can see I've got my original defaults. So that is the broadsword, the trencher, an iron mattock, the broad axe, and the hand scythe. Now, for the scythe, I did have to change things around a little bit. In order to have two scythe weapons, I have to give them unique names. So we're going to have the hand scythe and the great scythe. So if I go rename this, you'll see it turns into what was previously known as the scythe. So I do apologize for anyone who's going to have to rename some weapons, but I think this is the best solution. All right, everybody, so that's all the new stuff in the 2.2 update of the Grimdark Battle Pack. I will, of course, be porting as much of this as possible over to Bedrock and back to older versions of Minecraft. So please look forward to that over the next few days, and I'll be updating Planet Minecraft as I go. Thank you all so much for checking out my resource pack and sticking around to the end of the video. If you are still here, be sure to click those links in the description or pinned comment below and go download the pack today. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you again real soon for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.